So it all comes down to this. 4 teams, 1 dream, 1 spot. In the unpredictable nature of the Premier League, the title race takes an exhilarating turn as the top 4 teams, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Manchester City, and Arsenal vie for supremacy. Aston Villa and Liverpool are currently engaged in a tough competition for the coveted position of Premier League champions. Both teams are competing for the title of Premier League champion. The competition between them has reached new heights by virtue of the fact that both teams are currently sitting at 42 points. The recent victory of Aston Villa over Burnley has simply added fuel to the fire, making this title fight much more exciting and unpredictable than it always was. The recent surge by Aston Villa, which was pushed by their 13 victories, 3 draws, and 4 losses, has breathed new life into the title battle, making them a formidable force alongside the team that is now in the process of winning another championship. As the season draws to a close, each and every match becomes extremely important, and each and every point that is either gained or lost can have a huge impact on the outcome. In the current standings, Liverpool is in first place with 42 points. On the other hand, will Liverpool be able to keep their lead, or will they give in like Tottenham? Share your thoughts with me in the comments section. Those that were unable to attend, in October, Tottenham climbed to the top of the table under the direction of Ange Postecoglou, who had recently taken over as manager of the club. At that time, we believed that the Spurs would be able to deal with the departure of Harry Kane, who had set a new club record for goals scored. Out of all the teams in the league, the Spurs scored the 4th most goals, 18 in the league. It was easy to recall the Spurs' most recent match against Crystal Palace, in which Son won the game with a shot and Jordan Ayew scored a goal in stoppage time, but it was not enough to stop Postecoglou's squad from winning. On the other hand, they were unable to maintain their early momentum. When important players began to suffer injuries and the squad was forced to compete against more difficult opponents, Tottenham began to fall farther and further down the rankings. No one could blame the team. On the other hand, Manchester City, which is considered to be the best team in England, has been rapidly climbing the table under the leadership of their seasoned manager, Pep Guardiola. They have successfully demonstrated their superiority by putting on fantastic performances. As these two clubs, each of which had its own set of advantages and disadvantages, fought tooth and nail for the coveted Premier League crown, the stage was set for a heated confrontation between them. This was the reason why, in November, once Tottenham's impetus began to diminish, Manchester City first appeared to be ready to dominate. However, a spate of bad results, including only 1 win in 6 matches, drove them into a minor crisis. Most recently, Arsenal's opportunity to recover the top spot was hindered when they suffered a defeat at the hands of West Ham. Based on the current situation, it appears like there is no dominant power at the top, and no side has the ability to firmly grab control of the situation. Both Manchester City and Arsenal are under increasing amounts of pressure to both rediscover their momentum and demonstrate that they are worthy of being considered title contenders as the season draws closer to the midway point. In order for each side to keep their position in the heated competition, they will need to work on improving their areas of weakness and discovering a way to win victories on a constant basis. The competition for the Premier League Championship is still ongoing, and it is still unclear which side will emerge as the genuine dominant force in the competition. One example is Arsenal, which got off to a strong start against West Ham. However, Bukayo Saka failed to capitalize on opportunities that would have put the Gunners at the top of the table. Their inconsistency in front of goal, on the other hand, proved to be costly, as West Ham seized on defensive errors to secure a stunning victory by a score of 2-0. At the present moment, the level of stress is increasing because Arsenal, who are now on 40 points, has the opportunity to demonstrate that they are contenders by winning their final match of the year against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Arsenal is going to play Fulham at Craven Cottage, which is a very important match for them because they have lost to West Ham, which has caused them to fall behind in their pursuit of the top spot. For the Gunners, the stakes are quite high, and the matchup against Fulham, a team that is absolutely determined to escape being relegated, adds an additional element of drama to the situation. Arsenal's primary objective is not just to win the championship, but also to ensure that they will be able to compete in Europe. The outcome of this encounter has the potential to make a significant impact on their trajectory for the rest of the season. As supporters of both teams prepare themselves for an exciting confrontation, the atmosphere at Craven Cottage is filled with a palpable sense of expectation. The excitement of the fight for the championship goes beyond the major confrontations and encompasses every unexpected turn of events, magnificent goal, and heart-stopping save to name a few. As the year draws to a conclusion, the race for the Premier League title is a gripping tale that continues to keep football fans captivated. Despite the fact that Rodri was on the scoreboard, a significant number of football commentators are surprisingly rooting for Manchester City following their resounding victory over Sheffield United. The team coached by Pep Guardiola has been able to weather a storm of inconsistency and is gradually making their way back into contention. City's impressive goal differential of 24 and their potent attacking lineup, which includes players like Rodri, Alvarez, and Jack Grealish, serve as evidence that they continue to be a difficult opponent. Fans are on the edge of their seats as a result of their unrelenting pursuit of win. They are eagerly anticipating each game and wondering what surprises are in store for them in the future. The ability of the club to generate moments of brilliance, such as times of unexpected twists, magnificent goals, and heart-stopping saves, has further added to the gripping story of the battle for the Premier League title. As a result of Rodri's remarkable goal and Manchester City's recent victory against Sheffield United, the expectations of football fans have been boosted, and the club's position as a formidable challenger for the desired crown has been strengthened. With a powerful team and a goal differential that is quite good, it would appear that City's dedication and quality will make for an exciting race to the finish line. Manchester City was able to go within 2 points of Liverpool, who are presently in the lead in the Premier League, by claiming victory over a Sheffield United club that was trying to find its feet. This allowed Manchester City to narrow the gap between themselves and Liverpool. The defending champions were able to make an early breakthrough in the game thanks to Rodri, who took advantage of a great pass from Phil Foden and hammered the ball into the bottom corner of the net from the edge of the penalty area. Once again, Foden was the source of the goal when it occurred in the middle of the second half, and Julian Alvarez finished off his low cross. As a result of the Blades' congested defense, City had to wait in order to add a second goal, but Foden was the one who ended up scoring it. Prior to the beginning of the game, each of the 5 major trophies Manchester City has won in 2023 were displayed on the field of play. The FIFA Club World Cup results were announced just before Christmas, and City was declared the champions. It served as a reminder to their competition that they continue to be the team to beat this season, and the sight of Kevin De Bruyne returning to their squad after being sidelined for more than 4 months due to a hamstring injury was equally inspirational. The home fans were overjoyed when they saw the Belgium midfielder warming up on the touchline during the second half of the match. This was despite the fact that the player did not make it onto the field this time around. On the other hand, supporters of Sheffield United had little reason to be satisfied about their team's performance because their team generated very nothing in terms of attack, with the exception of a rush of chances right before halftime. This was the only time their team had any reason to be pleased with their team's performance. Considering that Chris Wilder's club is currently in bottom position in the table and has not won a game away from home this season, it was obvious that City was going to lose as soon as they scored their second goal. This was especially true when considering the fact that they had not won. With more exciting features in January, will the tides change or will Liverpool keep dominating?